Oh man. Whole point is to share it on here.
Oh yeah, that's right. Embarrass the shit out of yourself.
Keep the conversation, as random as possible.
And you're doing a fine job on your end.
What's going on, everybody? It's Jukebox Ginger back with another episode of Stardom. We're on day 3 now of the 4 Days of Madness. I might make it 5 days. I don't even know, man. I'm enjoying this so much. This episode right here was random as hell. We had a couple attempts earlier of doing some public broadcasts that didn't work out. But it's kind of comes with what I do. And sometimes even these kind of broadcasts don't work out because either I have technical difficulties or my guests have technical difficulties. So you just kind of roll with the punches. Anyways, with me tonight, I've got Baish below me, man. Baish, how you doing?
I'm all right.
That's such a great answer, man. I'm so glad that you decided to join the show and bring the mood down.
What the fuck? All the time you tell me, hey, watch what you say. And this time I watch what I say, and now it's not enough. Whatever. Okay, everyone. Welcome to the dark episode. There. I said it.
All right, man. Well, Baish, man, it's always a pleasure having you on, dude. Next to me, Ev.O.Lution. Welcome back to the show, dude.
Hey, thanks for having me, Jukebox. What's up, everybody?
Yeah, I know you got a couple shout-outs. Let's go ahead and get those out of the way.
Absolutely. I'd like to wish a happy birthday to Chris Lee Ivana. And I also would like to wish a happy birthday to Belcalis Marlenis Almanzar. Most of y'all know her as Cardi B. So happy birthday to the both.
I can't believe Cardi B's real name is that. I never looked into it, though.
Yeah. Got an interesting name.
Baish, do you know that Cardi B's name was like something that I can't even pronounce?
I figured it was like Hennessy or...
That's her sister.
Aquafina, Escalade, whatever.
Hey, Baish, man, how's your podcast going, dude?
Good. It's okay. I think probably next week's show will probably hit 1 million views.
You'll finally hit that number?
Mm-hmm.
Dude, that's
Sweet.
Killer. It's fantastic.
That's great.
Well, it's nothing. It's just 1 million. It's no big deal.
I mean, when you average out like 30K a week, it's just like took that long.
Yeah, but you see, I feel like certain topics, like you have movies, video games, sports, kind of all niched into Return of the Critics, and that kind of is something that people follow, rather than this just being a conversation podcast. And it, it's been a slow climb, but it's definitely not close to that.
You'll get there. You're smart.
I've gotten pretty good at making clips. That's one thing.
You are good at making clips.
Absolutely.
And then Ev.O.Lution, man, he's got his show coming out this next, probably a week or two.
About 10 days will be the 21st of October.
You got That's Life. Let's go ahead and tell everybody a little bit about what the concept is behind your show, man.
Well, the concept about That's Life is, usually people are either a hard yes or hard no or hard pro or hard con on something. I kind of give them a different angle so they can kind of meet in the middle, give them a different direction to look at things. So I kind of open their mind a little bit. At least that's the plan.
Yeah, I mean, everybody's pretty blind when it comes to the reality of life. I feel like there's a lot of people out there that, what's the term, need to be woke.
Yeah. Everybody's stuck on plan A and plan B, but, they forget about plan C.
Right. You guys got any big plans for Halloween? I mean, we've all got kids.
My kids are not quite kids anymore, but so I'm just I don't have any plans. I'll just wing it with whatever comes along.
Right.
I get a big bag of candy and put it in the middle of the floor, and have my 13-year-old daughter and my 2 twins fight it out for the big bag of candy. Usually, my girl wins because she's been doing jiu-jitsu since she was like 5.
Right.
So she usually wins, and she's super tall, so she chokes them out. So it's pretty fun for me to watch.
There you go.
That's good. I think I'm going to be a lumberjack. I feel like this is pretty fitting, for me. Just throw on a little,
Or a
but
serial killer.
Yeah, I feel like a lumberjack and a serial killer are pretty close. I mean,
Get your
if I carry an axe with some suspenders, it wouldn't matter. Yeah, and a plaid shirt. Does that not categorize as either or?
True.
Yeah.
I'll get a name badge that says serial killer, and then underneath it'll say lumberjack, and then people will have to figure out which one it is.
I like that.
Lumberjack gone serial killer.
Well, in the spirit of October, I did want to do the top 10 most common fears. And actually, when I looked at the ones that I did see, it's not necessarily what I expected. So I was going to talk about them and discuss what you guys think about it.
Okay.
This episode, what do you think? Great responses, guys. This is going to be a fantastic episode.
Oh, I'm going to make it funny. Don't worry.
I think we can make it work. All
right, we're going to start out at number 10.
Mm-hmm.
Aerophobia. Fear of flying is apparently one of the top 10.
Well, yeah, you're going to fall and die.
I don't, but see, I feel like it depends on how far you are, because I'd be more scared of falling from 20 feet than I would be from falling from 3,000 feet.
Well, you'd be dead before you hit the ground.
That's what I'm saying. Like 20 feet, it's like, okay, I can severely hurt myself. That's scary.
Yeah,
but if I fall from 3,000 feet, I'm probably dead.
Depends on which stage of life you're in. If you're in the I don't give a shit stage, if you're in the I'm having a bad day stage, that 20 feet ain't that bad.
I'm okay with flying. It's just the turbulence that really freaks me out.
I've only flown like twice.
Have you ever jumped out of a plane?
No,
I've only flown twice.
It's pretty cool.
You've done that? Wow.
You've done that in your jobs, have you?
Yeah.
Not looking forward to doing anything like that.
No,
like the first thing of the air hitting you in the face, that hurts. But everything else is fun.
All right. Okay.
I don't know. I feel like I'd try it. I would try it, but I'm not worried about the parachutes or anything. Like I said, if at that height, if I'm going to die, it's going to be instant.
Once you land
If
in
the
water,
parachute doesn't come out, no. I mean, if you're jumping out of a plane, it don't matter. That impact is going to kill you.
oh no, it'll break your legs and your ribs, but it might not kill you.
Well, that's just the
I've seen
next best thing, right?
I'm telling you, I've seen it.
Wow.
What do they call it? Parkour? I mean, there's extreme parkour, right?
I mean, that's extreme parkour, but yeah, it broke his ankle, his femur, his other ankle, and 4 of his ribs.
Wow.
Huh.
So,
Have you guys ever broken any bones?
yeah.
A fracture. Just a fracture.
I've broken my foot. A bone
Basketball.
in my foot.
Yeah. Basketball ankle fracture.
Football, broke my elbow. Shattered my knee when I was like 13. I've broken my finger like 4 or 5 times.
I've broken all my toes. I've broken all my toes at least once, some of them twice.
That's some freaky shit.
Yeah, I call them vampire feet because they're hideous. I think the worst was, and this is how I know I'm getting older. I was getting an item at work in our MPU, which you would understand what that is. Baish would not. But did you freeze up there? He sure did. He's frozen. But anyways, I went to twist to grab an item, and I got a hairline fracture in the top of my foot just from twisting.
There you go. That's good old people shit. That's great old people shit.
Oh, it is, man. It was like, and then for like 2 months, it felt like I was walking on a tennis ball.
Hey.
Hey, there he is.
What happened there?
I don't know. I'm not sure what phobia that is, but the fear of losing guests is up on my top 10
You know what
list.
you should have done? You know what you should have done? Is you should have, like, when he came on, we should have just froze like this.
Don't know what happened there, but
It's
glad I'm
all
back.
good, man. Like I said, you got to roll with the punches. I literally
There
said
you
at the
go.
beginning of this episode,
Yeah, you did.
technical difficulties, and it happened.
Boom.
Actually, you know what it is? Baish just wanted to be on the top.
Ah. There you go.
This isn't prison anymore. Okay.
We're talking about number 8 now. Claustrophobia is number 8 on the top 10 list of phobias. And I was talking about how, you know, personally it's not really an issue for me, but I can see like elevators being an issue. You know, it's not. For me, I would be more concerned about being in like a room with one exit and a bunch of people. Like if you, even if it was a large, even like if it was like an event center and there was one exit and there was a fire and people were scrambling to get out, that would be more of a fear thing for me than a tiny enclosed space.
As far as a tiny enclosed space, I'm not really good with that. Like if I had to crawl through something to get to the other side, I don't want to go first, and I don't want to go last.
Oh, you want to be in the middle meat of that centipede. You want the other person to go, and you be right behind him.
Yeah, because if somebody gets snatched on the other side, or the last person gets got, you know where we're coming from. You know, like a scary movie scenario. I'm just gonna figure it out. I ain't gonna be the first to go. I ain't gonna be the second to go.
I think my brothers helped me with that when I was younger. They locked me in a box, and they tried to shit me. So, well,
What a
I'm the
loving
baby.
family.
I'm the baby of 10.
Okay.
So I'm the smallest like boy, and so like they used to like put me in shit and like.
Hold on,
hide
you
me
say you're the
places.
smallest,
Yeah, I'm the smallest.
and you're 6'4", right?
Like 260. I'm little.
Okay.
It's
Wow.
ridiculous.
I'm the baby.
Got it.
I'm the second, and I'm the tallest, but I'm pretty short compared to my family because my aunt on my dad's side is 6'4", and then he's 6'6", his brother's 6'8", and then his brother's kid is almost 7 foot. I've got a cousin that's like 6'2", but he's got like size 18 feet.
That's so hard to shop for because I have size 16 wide. It's
Yes. Well, and I'm 13s, but my feet are real narrow, and it's hard to find a narrow. So Converse are about the only shoes I can find that have like a narrow foot.
I wear Under Armour.
Under Armour shoes? I didn't even know they made shoes.
Yep.
Yeah.
I
Huh.
wear them all day.
I think Pumas are probably pretty narrow too, huh?
Yeah.
I've never even thought about looking at those. I have 2 shoes. I've got my Crocs that I work in and some Vans.
You said Crocs. You are white.
I am white. I'm a very white man. Look at this. You see this? Look at this.
It's a devil's.
I'm almost a ghost if it wasn't for this gingerness.
They call gingers red hair like the devil's fart.
Okay, on to number 7. It's a vehophobia, which is the fear of driving.
Don't have a fear there.
I know
Some people can't drive.
What's
several people who don't. What'd you say? Baish? Yeah.
Oh, I said I know people who can't drive.
Oh, there's plenty of people on the road that can't drive.
So I mean,
No, I know 2 people, like my brother-in-law and my wife, do not like to drive. They have a fear of driving.
he doesn't
I
drive.
do.
No.
Wow. I do know people who don't like to drive at night because they can't see very well. But other than that, no.
Well, my brother-in-law's just never been comfortable behind like he's had his permit like 4 times.
Isn't
But he's
his
never
job,
finished it.
Isn't his job like?
No, he works from home.
I know, but he helps
Recently.
people, like transportation and stuff, right?
Yeah, over the phone. He lines up like shipping.
Oh,
Or the
okay.
phone.
I thought he was like the trucks and stuff. But like, how
No.
do you talk to people about driving? when you
Yeah,
drive?
no. I mean, that's what he connects trucks for companies. Like that's
Okay, yeah.
for deliveries,
Yeah.
routing stuff.
Got you, Rowdy.
But no, yeah. I mean, I've loved to drive. Personally, I can go out and get if I'm bored, I just get in the car and drive. I do it all the time.
Same here.
I take a nap.
You take a nap if you're bored.
Mm-hmm.
What's a nap?
Awesomeness. That's why I put a couch in the studio.
That makes sense. You actually got a pretty cool studio. Like your garage setup is neat.
Nice.
Just knock out.
My studio is this fancy green screen behind me.
I mean, that's dope.
And then
You
you
look
got
like you're in a $1
Ev.O.Lution
million
over here.
home. You're in a billiard hall. I love it.
Yep. Yeah. I'm back in the 1940s. Okay.
Pretty sweet.
What are your guys' fears? We haven't even discussed what your phobias are.
Little
You
people.
go.
Oh my goodness.
Oh, I'm the only one who's afraid of little people. Okay.
Why? Why? You gotta give reasoning here.
Okay. So when I was in 4th grade, right?
Okay.
We had a kid who was a little person was in our class, and they were twins. So one of them used to like to scare people. So he would hide in like places where only he could fit, right?
Right.
So one day I was walking by and he reached his hand out and just, when I say literally scared the shit out of me, he literally scared the shit out of me. Like I had to go home.
Oh man.
So ever since then, when I see a little person, I'm kind of like if they catch me, I'm going, oh shit, like that, like, and they're like that and clowns.
I feel like
Clowns.
clowns is common. Clowns is
I don't
common.
fuck with clowns.
Yeah,
A
a lot of
like
people.
clowns.
A lot of people have fear of clowns. Me, I'm afraid of heights.
Really? That was number
Yeah.
9. You missed that one. But, yeah.
Okay. Yeah, definitely afraid of heights. I'll go up there and freak out the whole time. I mean, I'll do it, like roller coasters and stuff like that. The only time I got on a roller coaster, it was because the guys was calling me chicken. I was okay with that, but when a girl called me chicken, I had to get on. I had to get
Yeah.
on, and that's how I got on my first roller coaster. But that's something I don't really want to mess with is heights.
How did you handle it? I'm curious. Okay, because you're scared of heights. You got on the roller coaster.
Mhm.
How did it go? I'm curious what your mindset was during that ride.
I was very focused to prove her wrong. I rode that ride 8 times in the daytime, and then I rode it like 3 more times at night, just to prove that I wasn't scared of height or I wasn't a chicken to her.
Right.
You know, like I said, the guys call me chicken. I'm like, I'm okay with that.
Hold on,
I don't care.
did it work?
What's that?
Did you prove it?
Oh yeah, I mean,
Okay.
I proved it. Yeah, I proved it over and over again, but haven't been on one since.
I'm not really that big of a fan of roller coasters. I mean, I don't not like them, but they don't do anything for me.
Yeah.
You know, I'm not.
I don't fit.
You don't fit.
Like the bar comes up and it just like hits me in the knees.
Mm.
I gotta like limp my leg and I'm all uncomfortable. And
Yeah.
I feel like I'm gonna fall out, but I know my big ass is too big to fall out. So it's just that rickety back and forth.
Yeah.
I had to. You talk about like being so focused on proving somebody wrong. We went to a haunted house last year. It was a haunted trail in the woods, and I had to pee so bad the entire trail that I was so focused on not pissing myself
Mhm.
that the whole time I didn't even care what was jumping out at me. Nothing. Like I didn't even focus on any of that. Just
You had pee focus.
yes.
Yeah.
It's good.
And I kept like wanting to step to the side because we're in the woods in the middle of the dark, but there was like people that worked there in the woods.
Mhm.
I was like, I can't really just step to the side and do it because
You
I
can.
get in trouble. I mean, I could, but that would not go very well.
That's a great story right there. Like you know how I got kicked out of this one? Some random dude trying to be a zombie.
They were actually attempting to scare me. I think I actually scared them pretty well. That was not a prop snake, I promise.
Oh,
But
oh.
I got jokes. All right, number 6. Arachnophobia. Fear of spiders.
I do not like spiders at all.
Really?
I do not.
They don't do anything.
I mean, it's just weird and creepy for me. I don't know why, but especially the bigger ones, it just makes my skin crawl for some reason. I see these little films and videos, clips from Australia where the spiders are like this big and they're in your house.
Right.
No, I can't do that. I can't do that.
They're pretty huge because I've been to Australia and like flies down there and other stuff. They're pretty damn big.
Yeah.
So spiders like the size of like my forearm.
Yeah.
Like huge. I just poked it with a stick. I was like,
And you've been in Evolution. You've been to the Philippines. I mean, they have pretty big spiders over there as well.
Really haven't seen spiders there. I just been in different areas that I wasn't like in the jungle. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But I was mostly in the city areas, so didn't really see a lot of. No monkeys. No.
I've been pissed I went to the Philippines and didn't see any monkeys.
No, didn't see any
One
monkeys.
goddamn monkey.
No, not a real one anyway.
We used to back to spiders. We used to have a spider that made its web in the corner of our shower, and my wife would always be like, "Get rid of that damn spider." And I named it Todd, and I left it there for like 2 months, and I always told her to leave Todd alone. And like if I ever went in there after she showered, and like that there was something wrong with the web, I'd like argue with her jokingly about messing with Todd. And it was just like a joke around the house for a couple months. And eventually Todd disappeared.
Oh, my.
Todd's in the backyard.
No, yeah, I actually eventually buried Todd. The movie Arachnophobia. Did you guys hear they're apparently remaking it?
Really?
Yeah.
Yeah, and actually, I'm pretty sure John Goodman's going to be in it.
He is.
Nice.
He's playing the role of the old professor now.
The
guy who talks about it. Did Dylan freeze? Oh,
yeah. Yeah, no, you're good. I'm still here. No.
Yep, see, he did it again.
I know, that was just me.
Oh, okay. The weird effect.
Yeah. Okay. You know what? Baish, did you tell us what your fear was?
Yeah, little people.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, we already discussed that.
I wasn't kidding.
Mine is dolls. I didn't tell you guys. Mine is dolls. I talked about this a few days ago. But, dolls terrify me. Not the Barbie dolls, not the fake-looking dolls, not the rag dolls. Those porcelain-looking realistic dolls terrify me. They just my great-grandma had them strung all over her house. She couldn't remember who I was for 5 minutes because she had such bad Alzheimer's, but she named every one of them. She had conversations with them. She'd argue with them. She'd give them baths. We'd wake up at 3 a.m. and she'd be yelling at them in the hallway. And as a kid, that was terrifying. And still to this day, it just rubs me the wrong way.
I would have not have slept over your house.
Well, we live in Kansas City. She lived in Utah, so we'd go out there for a week and stay at her house.
I was like, we're sleeping. Why is she yelling at? Oh, she's yelling at her dolls.
No big deal.
No, I'm going home.
And then after she passed on, then my grandma got all of them, and she lined them all up on the walls in her guest room, and they all face the bed. So they're like shelves that face the bed, and they're all lined with these dolls.
And they're looking at you.
Oh yeah, it's like who in their right mind will think that is like appealing or at all comfortable for anybody? Like nothing about that is comfortable.
Right.
Sounds
wake up and you see all these dolls looking at you like
yeah. And even like my daughter, like luckily she doesn't like love dolls, but when she did get dolls, if she like leave them on the floor, I'd go up and I'd turn them over and make sure they weren't looking up. I hate, like, if they face me, I turn them around. That's mine. I mean, I feel like that's a pretty fair fear.
Oh yeah, I mean it's explainable and understandable too.
Yeah, right. The number 5 is nosophobia, which is the fear of developing a disease.
So I have a fear of I'm gonna get sick.
Yes.
So I'm getting sick by thinking I'm gonna get sick.
Yes. Like I'm guessing like the whole just stay away from me kind of thing, or having like sanitizer with it everywhere you go.
Oh, got you. It's like what is that thing called when they give you like a pill of sugar, but you think it's like a pill to help you? What's that called?
A placebo?
Yeah, it's like a placebo for your life.
Yeah.
Like they go around like,
I feel like that's called anxiety, right?
No, because I have anxiety around like.
Well, this is probably a form of anxiety, though. I imagine nosophobia is. It does. It says right there. Nosophobia is anxiety about minor symptoms you fear. So being like a hypochondriac or just like worried that
my
you're
head's
going to
hurting.
get
I'm
something.
getting aneurysm.
Yeah.
I've always been conscious of like people sniffing or sneezing around me, but I think that got worse definitely after COVID, because I remember a couple times when we were going through that, and it was getting towards the end, and I would hear like people sneeze. I catch myself doing, I kind of jump like, wait a minute now, what kind of sneeze is that really? Know, so yeah, it kind of elevated a little bit. I'm okay though, but I definitely sprayed a Lysol and sanitized still, just to make sure.
They came out with so many different types of sanitizer, and some of that stuff smelled so terrible.
Mm-hmm.
And then they were hiring companies to come out with this fog and fog literally everything.
Yeah, that was crazy. Just come out and spray everything, and don't know what was in it. Could have just been water, or mist.
Baish, you look confused.
Sprayed?
Oh no, where we work, this company would come out with these guns. They look like super soakers, and they just walk around and fog everything.
They look like Ghostbusters.
No, like legit. That's what.
I just wore a mask. Told people they had to wear a mask when they came in our store. That was about it. You didn't wear a mask, you can't come in. That's about it.
Yeah, that's fair. I mean, it's those arguments were so tough because like it's so hard because like I agree with you, but it's not my decision.
Oh, it is my decision in my store, but
get out.
Yeah, I'll call your manager. Okay, sweet. I just turn around. Hello.
All right, number 4 is thanatophobia, which is the fear of death.
We're all gonna die. Fuck it.
Dying doesn't really scare me.
Now, if I can postpone that, for instance, if I'm in the jungle with a lion and somebody's not as fast as I am,
Oh, I'll trip a person. We'll be running and I'll be like, oops, and then
step on their foot, break an ankle.
Yeah. Right.
I'll come back and try to drag you a little bit, but like
if we're going scenario based, that's more of a fight or flight thing too.
Right.
When you're in a situation. If it's you or me, sorry, man. Now, if it's me or Baish, I'll try at least.
I'll put you on my shoulder. I'll run with you.
Well, if you're trying to blend in, I'll make you stick out like a sore thumb. I'm so damn pale.
Exactly, but it's like Forrest Gump and Bubba, but reverse.
Right.
I'm saving your ass this time.
Yeah, okay, that's fine. That's fair. I'm lighted up.
You can light the way.
So fear of death, not an issue for either one of you?
No.
No. I feel like, it's inevitable. Before the show is over, something could just come and hit the earth and we all die.
When it's time, it's time. You know, you just try to do all you can while you're here. You know,
right? Live for the moment.
There it is.
I don't. I also don't have like a fear of like. Somebody asked me the other day about like if I was in a fight, if I would win, and I said I don't necessarily know that I would win, and I definitely want to be scared to be in a fight, but I do know that I have a very high pain tolerance, and that I would not just give up. I wouldn't just lay there. I would keep going. So.
Fastball?
So I don't know. Yeah, I've never had to be in that situation. I don't think I definitely wouldn't be scared of a fight. I feel like I'm pretty realistic at knowing what battles I can win. But
sometimes
I also
you
don't
are.
bet them.
And then that adrenaline hits you, and you're like, "Yeah, I'll fight 10 dudes. Fuck it, let's go."
Got some John Wick happening.
Just without his skill or weaponry.
A whole different picture.
Right? Like, watch Baish get his ass whooped.
Number 3, this one actually kind of surprised me, is phobia, which is the fear of failure.
I guess that would be like a mental thing. Like, it would like permeate through your life.
Yeah.
Like, I failed once, I'm gonna keep failing, and then you just have that in your head. Like, no matter what you do, you're just gonna fail at something over and over.
Apparently, it says something about it being a social phobia, like not being able to kind of impress, or whether it could be work related or even just social life related.
I know I don't like to fail, and I do everything I can to not fail. And if I don't hit my mark like the first time, I'll re-strategize and keep going until I hit it.
Yeah.
So I mean that's a little bit different, though.
I mean, you don't like fear it. You're not like scared that you're gonna fail.
No, I mean you're gonna fail sometimes, but you got to keep going. Got to keep banging till you hit.
That's right. Baish, what about you, man?
I don't fear failing. I actually like to fail because I like to see what I do wrong. And because when you don't fail, like, you don't get something 100%, unless you're like Mr. Beast or like Jeff Bezos or like Bill Gates. Like, those dudes got it 100% right. There's that ceiling, they hit it. There's nothing else that you can do. Like, unless you're building like stuff on Mars and shit, you've already hit your ceiling in your life. So I think when you fail, it just keeps going and going. And then once you see, okay, I failed at this business, let me try over here. You fail at that, you see what went wrong in both those, and you can, move forward.
Yeah, Mr. Beast. There's something about Mr. Beast, man. I don't like his content is just the most random stuff, but for some reason it is just.
Well, he had a following when YouTube started, so it just built. So he was one of those OGs, and it just like built up. It's like that little kid who used to unbox stuff.
Yeah. When
YouTube first started. Like, now him unboxing stuff for his kid or whatever, he's making, I think it generates like $30 million a year.
That's crazy.
Just off him going, hey, look it.
See, that's why it's hard to find good workers, man. This is there's money in this. There's money in this.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
But yeah, I mean, you just have to hit it at the right time and hit it the right way, man. And then really, it's just a matter of being noticed, because once everybody sees you and you're acknowledged, then it's just keeping the attention. Like,
true.
I mean, yeah, some people are gonna fall off, but if people don't know who you are yet, I mean, you can pay for the boost, you can pay for the views, but that's not organic. Those aren't people who are gonna sit here and like and watch your stuff. Those are just organic follow. Those aren't organic follows. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
And that's not where your analytics go. That's not where the algorithm takes you. It's just, oh yeah, you got some subscribers, you got some followers, cool, but that doesn't do anything.
True.
So yeah, I mean, I want to be there, but I want it to be because people are actually watching what I'm doing and enjoying the content that I'm putting out. And honestly, some of the best episodes that I've had with the top views are some of the most random off the wall episodes. Some of them are like super explicit, and I'm like, why is this so popular? Like, but it's just dumb. It's random, and sometimes it's because somebody wants to have a negative remark about it, and then it just feeds the fire, and it's a crazy game.
I feel you on that one because we had an episode called "The Drips and Mistakes," and one of the guys here I nicknamed the Drip, and like we were doing quotes from like movies, and he butchered so many quotes, like it was so bad, and we're like, dude, you are on a movie podcast. How are we so bad at this? And like that went from like our average is usually like 15 to like 20K listens a week, right? That episode has 145. And to me, it's dumb as hell.
Yeah.
Like it makes no sense why it's the most like liked and looked at and listened to episode we have. But like you know, right. Ginger said it just happens.
Yeah. The Flat Earth episode I did, we got like 3,800 views overnight.
That dude was weird though.
But he was weird. He also had a posse that came with him.
He did. He was weird as hell though.
But then the one that we did one, I think it was like 2 summers ago, or 2 Halloweens ago, maybe one with Roman called, I entitled it like Backwoods Barbecue or something.
Yeah.
And we talked about like if we were kidnapped by serial killers and just like stupid scenarios. And it got like 13,000 views. And most of my shows only get like a couple hundred. You know? But this just happened to just skyrocket. I have no idea why. I've done nothing different. It just
it's just weird.
Sometimes weird interests people, I guess. Right?
It's true, man. And you just gotta find it. And
Cardi B.
Cardi B. What did you hold on? What did you say her name was again?
let me go back to it. I don't want to mess it up.
Cardi B started out on a reality show where she was a stripper and turned into a rapper.
Yeah.
Yes.
And someone heard her song off the reality show, and she blew up.
Yeah.
That's all that was.
Yeah. Her name is Belcalis.
Belcalis.
Mm-hmm.
Is that her full name?
No.
What's her first name?
Her first name is Belcalis.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Marlenis Almanzar.
Bless you.
Yeah, man.
Sounds
like a Middle Eastern dish,
right? But you want rice with that or no?
Okay. It's right. It's a lot going on with that name, man. But at the end of the day, it makes a Cardi B.
It makes a Cardi B.
Right.
All right, hey, number 2. Get back on track here. We got this one. You guys might have some questions. Trypophobia, which is the fear of circle clusters. This is number 2, and it's number 2. What did you say, please?
Like the cereal?
So there's several different ones. One says like crowds, so like faces, like crowds of people that are like staring at you, like just the circle shape, beehives, like tunnels, stuff like it was weird. It's number 2 though.
Afraid of circles?
It's a fear of circles, like a cluster of circles. Like literally, that's what it is.
Oh, they can't go to Target then. It's okay. You want to go to Target? No.
That's good. Well, let's see here. I want to look. Hold on. It says, let's see here. Sunflowers, honeycombs, sponges, seedy fruits, crowds of people.
That's crazy.
It's yeah. It doesn't say why.
That is a crazy one though.
It is, and the fact that that's number 2 in the top 10.
Yeah, I heard one last week. You know who the Undertaker is?
Yeah.
Okay, you know he's afraid of cucumbers.
I've heard of that as a fear.
He is deathly afraid of cucumbers.
What?
So what they used to do on the road is they used to mess with them and put a cucumber in his trailer, and he would not go on it. He would sleep outside of his bus and just chill and sleep the whole night. And would have his wife or whoever go in there, take it out and clean it, and take it far away from him.
Hey, that's different.
That's a big dude too.
Yeah,
And it makes you wonder why. Like, what kind of mental state makes you?
he's got to be. I'm thinking it's something traumatizing from his youth. You know,
Probably.
Yeah. I don't mean to laugh, but that's what I was thinking too.
Uncle Dewey in the basement had a bunch of cucumbers. Things didn't go right. Don't tell anybody. We're gonna make salad.
Maybe he just choked on a cucumber when he was a kid. Jeez, why do you have to make it so
No,
crazy?
That's not true.
Baish?
Because when I was little, I used to love tortillas and pickles. So I thought, hey, let's put a pickle in a hot tortilla and see how that tastes. Wrong, bad. Don't ever do that. That's disgusting.
Actually, I can see that being good.
Mm-mm. Hard pass.
No, I actually like cucumbers. I usually put them in like vinegar and dill and stuff.
yeah.
Guess
Why are
what?
you saying
I don't like vinegar, so
That's fine. You don't have to like it.
to each their own.
Who each their own. That's right.
Yeah.
All right, you guys
bad
want
stuff, I
to?
like stuff.
Yeah. Well, you can have your own opinion, even if it's wrong.
It's true. And I'm glad you know that yours is wrong.
All right. So
That's
for this last one, I want. You what?
I was just gonna say I seen that one coming.
I need some boiled nuts.
I actually have some boiled nuts. Number one, let's. I want you guys to take swings at this. And
Okay.
Fear
see-
of black people.
That's your fear.
I grew up in Texas, so I'm telling you.
What do you really think? Like, for real though, what do you think the number one?
Agoraphobia?
What's agoraphobia?
Isn't that like going outside?
Let me look it up. I'm gonna look it up. Might as well. Agoraphobia.
Is it called that or something else?
Agoraphobia, fear of places
Agoraphobia,
and
sorry.
situations that might cause panic. So it doesn't necessarily say going outside, just like certain places. But I mean, that's not the answer. But that's I could see.
Why you keep me excited?
Like for
then?
me, I hate going to the dentist. Man, I should have went more when I was a kid because now I have to deal with it.
How about the fear of water, like deep water, swimming?
Yeah. That's not the number one. But what is that? Yeah, it's it's called talapophobia. Is what it's called. That's a very common one, but that's not number one. And actually, I hate swimming in like lakes and stuff alone.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, even in groups. I mean, I'll do it if there's other people in it.
Mm-hmm.
But we know more about land than we do about them in water,
Yeah,
space than we do about
exactly.
the water. You know.
Yeah, if my feet don't touch the ground and I'm not up to here,
Yeah.
I ain't messing with it.
Like if it's a pool and I can see the bottom of it, that's one
Yeah.
thing. But you got me
Uh-huh.
jumping in a pond and I can't see the bottom
Nah.
or lake or ocean.
Mhm.
I mean, that's a whole other story, man.
Yep, it is.
Man, I stepped on a jellyfish once. It did not feel good. It stung the shit out of me.
I have actually heard some horror stories about jellyfish, and they leave
Yeah.
like these lightning like scars and stuff.
Yeah, I have it on my foot. Yeah.
It's crazy.
My brother peed on it, and then he peed on my leg. He was like, I'm just making sure.
Yeah, that's like the common thing, right? It's just a pee
Yeah.
on the sting.
Yeah, to pee on the where you get stung at.
And when we went to Florida, we kept swimming in the Gulf, and it was clear water, but there was like the seaweed was all coming up, so like you couldn't really see when you were swimming. It's like I don't know if there's a shark approaching
Right.
or a stingray or what's out there. And you go on the pier and you'd walk out to the edge and you'd see like sharks and dolphins swimming around, and I'm like, fuck that, man.
Yep.
I like it.
Yeah, no, I'm not. There's almost every day, something washes ashore that we haven't seen before. It's like that's terrifying. We've only touched like 20% of the American soil, there's so much like untouched land that we haven't touched as well. So like caves and systems and all that that exists. There's stuff we have no clue. But anyways, number one was actually social phobia. It's just that's what it's called. Which makes sense. I mean, especially I feel like because this was a 2022 census, so I'm sure with COVID that probably just spiked that.
Oh yeah.
Like it had to have. Because even after that, I mean, I've at work, no matter, I still know people that wear masks every day just because.
Yeah.
You know? Yeah. But I don't know. I've had COVID 3 times now, and the second time was the worst. My brother-in-law had it a couple times. He's had all the boosters, and he got more sick than I've ever been, even with the boosters. So I don't really know what it does.
Don't sit next to this guy.
I've had no boosters. Just saying it. Nothing against them. If I was forced to get them, I would get them. But I haven't had them.
I don't have any either. It's okay. I got COVID once.
Right.
I went through the whole COVID thing, working at, around people, just wearing a mask. Didn't catch it. I caught it at the very end because when they started taking away the 6 feet barrier, that's when I caught it. Because somebody probably obviously had it, and it snuck up on me, and that was it.
Damn.
But yep, I almost made it.
Do you remember when they had it like limited on how many people could come in your store too?
Yep.
That was
fun.
I loved that.
You used to line up in front of my store, and like it was a concert, like going all the way and looping around the store to the back.
Oh yes.
Because we're gonna I think it was like 20 people at once.
Yeah, because it was depending on the size of the facility. Like ours, I think ours was 50 at a time. And it wrapped around.
Yeah. Crazy times.
Yeah. No, and they keep talking about it coming back, and it's like, nah, I mean, I don't see it being what it was. That's the extreme.
I don't either, because of all the things that have been done since then. The vaccines, and people, if they're like me, they popping vitamins every day, to keep the immune system high. But I just don't see that getting back to the point that it was before. That was just total breakdown on all levels.
Yeah. I like to kind of wrap this up with, some of the fears that aren't, horror related. People think of, when you think of Halloween, you think of scary movies and stuff, but like more of the reality situations, like being homeless or like getting infections and dying of cancer, and like the reality horrors that exist that people don't, they don't consider that. But, that's why I picked these phobias, because it's not all about scary movies, people. It's not all about a little doll with a knife running after you.
That is scary, though.
Little Chucky doll.
I don't think Chucky. I don't think
you were sleeping and you heard.
No, look, if you
the patter of little feet running around.
Yeah.
Right, yeah, little. But like if you were in a room with Annabelle or Chucky, which would you pick? Like if you had the decision to be stuck.
Which one to kill me?
Yeah. Well, which one would you rather be in a room with? Do you think you'd have a better chance with?
I'd just rather not be in the room with either one of them.
I'm good on that one. But if I had to be in a room with one of them,
if you had to choose one of those,
I guess Chucky, because like Annabelle, the one that we see, isn't the real Annabelle doll.
Right.
The other one looks like really jacked up and like really bad.
It's a Raggedy Ann doll too.
Yeah.
It's not even like that.
And it's like it has like demons and shit in it. So Chucky possessed little dog and step on him.
Here's the I agree with you.
Why didn't anybody ever step on that little motherfucker? Just like
just get rid of the damn
it's tall.
So my thing is I went with Chucky too when I had this question asked, because it's a possessed doll, so it's inside of the doll. As with Annabelle, you have a demon that is attached to the doll, but not actually in the doll. You don't necessarily see the demon; it's just around.
Mhm.
You know, it's in the vicinity of the doll.
Yeah, it's creepy as hell.
Yes. At least I have a chance with Chucky.
Take a baseball bat to him.
Yeah,
Homer.
see, that's what I'm talking about. Baseball bat, gun, big shoe.
Well, let's go through all the Chuckies. What have they done with the Chucky? I know they threw him in like some wood chipper.
They threw him in a wood chipper once. They electrocuted him once, set him on fire once. He got crushed in a compactor.
Yeah, I remember that one. And he still exists, people. He's still around.
That's because he still makes money.
I mean, I'd be trapped in a room with Chucky's bride though, because at least she's a good-looking doll.
You've been home alone way too many days. Way too many days. You start to look at dolls like, ooh, let me see what's under that skirt. Oh.
All right, everybody. I want to wrap it up, though. I wanted to end it on good notes. This was a lot of fun tonight. I appreciate all you guys coming on. Baish, it's always a pleasure having you on, dude. You're a lot of fun. Evolution, man. Thanks for coming back on again, dude.
No problem at all.
I always love introducing people. And you guys both have shows coming on the JG's Lounge
Absolutely.
here soon. So everybody stay tuned for that. I'll be putting both your guys' Instagrams and Facebooks in the link or in the description.
Mhm.
And until next time, we'll see y'all around.
Appreciate it. Have a good one.